Welcome back to more Foundry Early Access. My name is Nilaus and we are here in this glorious base. I'm really happy about this. I think it looks really nice, and when we can fly we can also get a much better perspective on how nice and neat it looks. What we're going to do today is the stuff that I've been actually most looking forward to since I saw the announcement of Foundry Early Access. It's those big buildings. Like, we have small buildings here, but eventually we're going to get some big mega buildings, and that's just really interesting. What are they going to do with that? And so that's what we're going to do, and let's have a look at the tech tree, how that works. So we have an energy cell here, which means we first need to do some more oil refining, from olomite refining into olomite gas, into olomic acid, come on, oil stuff, into energy cells. That's what we want. We just want energy cells, and the energy cells are going to be used for some maintenance drones. They're going to be used for construction industry, and this is really what it is. This construction industry, these things here, we're going to take a look at it once we get it. But let's start with making another line, the third line of oil refinery products here. First one was for polymer boards. Second one was for jetpack fuel, and also just some extra fuel that goes into our power plant. And then the next one will be, let's go here. This will be for the olomic acid, and I've of course prepared some things so we get going a little bit faster. That one, no, that one. That it means 90, and then a little bit of gas. So we get 90 out, or that means it's 1350. And then we're gonna get a casting machine from over here, and this will need 2 inputs. Let's see. This. Oh, right. Remember, you can fly, so fly, damn it. That one. I'm putting it deliberately one away. Really? Are these inputs correct? Yeah, these are the inputs. Okay, it's just on the other side then. All right. Yeah. And let's see, what can we do? We can then make the acid there, and that is pretty much half of it. It's not exactly half of it, and I just realized this is 1125, and this one is producing 1350. That's weird that it's such a random number, but it's not like exactly half. You would expect that, but it also needs water inbound, so that's why I left a little bit more space. And there, that goes on the second one. There, right. Oh, right. I know, I get it. Why do I have 2 of these? That. There. The red ones are inbound, the green ones are outbound. That's why I got confused, because I thought it was weird that it was the other way around. Anyway, so this is now outbound, and then I get 300 from each plus 300. So that's going to be in a liquid, in a fuel. Here, that's going to be on the back side as well. That one. Let's have a look. Well, that's just going to be this taking the olomic acid, and that takes exactly 120 olomic acid. So I'm going to take 3 of these. That one and that one. Okay. So that is 2.5. And that needs glass, iron plate, or xenoferrite plates, and some gears. Okay, if only there was a way that we could get those in here. And this also needs some powder, so I'm gonna get the powder in on belt like that. There, and that needs to come from a smelter, which I'll just do 1, 2, and 1, 2, and then we'll get there, ignium coming in, ignium going in here, intake, 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 and out, 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 out. And I just realized this is not, of course, a smelter. This is a crusher we need, of course. And let's go over here and get the recipe set for the crusher. That is the ignium powder, and that generates 60. And I need 120 for each. So, there, there, and there. That goes in. There we go. Now that should be going in now. let's have a look. Yay! We get the asset, and now that will be coming out to this side. They will be going in, and then I just need some inputs and outputs. Well, the thing is, I already have one of the inputs right here. So that's pretty neat. And that goes in like that. Intake, intake, and intake. So that's one of the 3 items. And then, of course, as you would expect, I have, of course, prepared things so that we are going to get them easily inbound, so we don't have to wait too much on this. And outbound here. Let me make intake, intake, intake. And the second one is also in. And then the third one, which we've now researched, is the longest of long inserters. There we go. They're a little bit clunky, those ones, but on the other hand, they also just work really... They work really simply, and that's just really nice. And there we go. So now we have the 2 items, glass coming in and electronic components, plus the xenoferrite. That goes into this one, and then we should have the alumite ore is already stacked up, and also the xenoferrite, so we just need the last 2. They're coming in. This one's starting to munch things, and it is now in progress. We should now have... I guess we should have a box for this. Yes, let's have a box. Just a small box, I guess. Let's make that here. And toggle it as inbound. Yep. Is it coming? I don't know why it's not coming. Oh, it's just because it's a little bit, takes a little bit of time. There we go. We got a little bit coming out. Great. So this is what we want to do. So what do we want to use this for? Well, we are going to make some maintenance drones for absolutely no reason. We don't know why we want maintenance drones, but the trick is you need maintenance drones. I thought you need maintenance drones for some of this. Maybe for some of these. There, or... Well, let's make some maintenance drones in a box. This location is actually a really good location for it because I am I'm getting it from this line, so that seems a good point. So I'm going to make him maintenance drones here. And if you look at maintenance drones, they are... Where are they? Where are they? I thought they were somewhere. They're definitely somewhere. There. And what is it I'm needing? I need electronics components. That's right there. I need fuel cells. They are right there. And then I need circuits and advanced machinery. Okay, so that means I just need 2 inputs here. That one and that one. Okay, so the first one is advanced machinery, and the second one was... What was the second one? The circuits, yes, circuits, right. So let's... Downslope, here. This is such a good way of making these branches. It works so well. Oh, also really... Oh, that's actually just not the right place. Just these 2. There, and... So that goes in, and I just need the last one also connected here. So they now have 2 of these, and let's make 2 of these things. I'll make it a little bit more complicated to get it outbound, but so be it. So I'm gonna get the first thing, and I'm gonna get the third. That is here. And on this side, I am actually going to now get this one as an outbound. And then I'm gonna go in, and in. That goes over to this location. I'm not gonna put this on the bus. That is no way that's the right thing to do. But we'll just do it here. There. So we are getting some maintenance drones. That's excellent. That was that one. Then let's see. Now we want to make the big stuff, the big machines here. So we want to make transport ship port. We want to make construction ship, and we want to make a construction warehouse. Great. Let's gather all the stuff so we have those ready. So now this gets exciting, and let's figure out what it does. We are gonna make some a construction ship port, and look at that. We get big buildings, and let me see. I want to align it towards the same location as this. So that means I'm gonna build it like that. That one is just there to make sure that I don't accidentally build it on top. So I built it in the right distance. It's gonna be like one of here. And I have just decided that I want 2 of these. There. Look at that. Glorious drones. Like, these are not like silly little minor drones. They are big boy drones. Cool. And I will then get connected to power. I will get a connection up here. And then I'm going to get a connection over here, which will also go into that one. And then I'm going to go back to this and drag it. I can't drag it all the way in, but I can drag it here and then here. Sweet, they're now constructed, they are ready. What do they do now? What do? They are just saying, okay, there is currently no construction site assigned. Construction sites get assigned once there is enough construction material present at the construction site. All right, well, that did not mean anything to us yet, but let's figure out. That's that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one, the transport ship thing. There, I want to make it over here. It can be pretty close, right? Sure. I don't need anything. Oh, there's 4 of them. These transport drones. We'll just walk through once we have all these things, what they actually do separately or individually. There, and that goes over here, and then I drag it into a power pull. Huh. There. Okay, so what does... We're just going to make these 3 big buildings, and then we'll figure out what they do, or I'll explain what they do. This one says, total ships, 4. Ships available, 4. Ships with tasks, 0. It's all good. Power-wise, they are on the large network, so 2 construction ships, 1 transport, and some pump jacks. Then we're going to build the last of the big buildings. The last of the big buildings is the construction warehouse. That's a big one. I really wish I could build it here, but alas, we're going to be building it on this side. First, we're going to get that little thing that's in the way here, just to make sure that we don't build it any further out than we want. There we go. And then build it here. Good thing we have we can float here. Let's see. I want the panel on this side. So, how close? This close. That is one more thing. Let's have a look at those. This does nothing. It needs construction materials. And so, let's see. That did not do us anything. What we need to do is actually make construction materials and put in here. Let's get that done first. It would be some tempting to make this on the other side because it's right there, but I'm going to try to be consistent about it and figure out what we want to do. So we need to make construction materials because this is a matter of what we need for building the big things. I think it's easier when we make the things and then they start coming together rather than sort of explaining it theoretically. So first thing we want to figure out is where are the construction materials. Look at this awful thing, right? 6 items inbound. 6 items inbound and then 1 outbound. So that means we need to make sure that there's enough room here. That's going to be 1 inbound and 2 and 3. That means you... Oh, that's the last of these. And that needs to be right there. And then it's going to be another inbound and another inbound and close. Another inbound. Yes. And then I'm gonna bring this one out, and that will be brought out here. Straight in. And then simply just insert it into the warehouse. Since this warehouse has 25,000 capacity, I don't need a separate box out here. Right, so the first thing was xenoferrite. And also, this crafting speed is kind of ridiculous. It makes 320, so once it gets going, then it will be a full belt just filling out there. That's pretty cool. Right, so we're now going to do it in the sequence order thing. So that's xenoferrite is the first one. And I just made a mistake as always. this needs to be moved by one tile. You know what? Let me just hook up all these five things. We've done that a million times before. Or 6 things. We now have all the 6 items inbound, so we're just gonna be getting it here. Next one is inbound here, and this one inbound here. On the other side, I'm gonna get this inbound, inbound, and inbound. That should get us everything we need. Let's see if we made the correctly. Well, I probably need to set the recipe. There we go. And come on, build it. Everything is scaling up. I wish there was a way that I could sort of hover over it and click, and then it would sort of pop out, until I let go of the key. So because I can't see a damn thing from here. Both the resolution and my old eyes are just not conductive, and also this is just a bad angle. So it's like, there's no way that we can see this part. And yeah, you could just turn around, but I really like it my own way here. Good. So now that is making construction materials. This is just gonna keep going forever and ever and ever and ever. So now let's explain the context. This warehouse is holding construction materials for constructing big buildings. If we have a big building, these transport drones will bring construction materials to the construction site, and the construction drones will actually make the building. So we're going to be making one of those big buildings, and we actually have 2 big buildings available. They are over here. That is buildings. There is a tower, and there is a long-range scanner. We're going to do tower first, and that needs some xenoferrite plates. That is luckily something we have in abundance right here. So I'm going to get a little bit of that. And it's also said something about the circuits, but it looks like we can make it, and it's just making a few of the circuits for us. That's fine. And then we go over here. And why do I want to be here? Well, I wanted to build it here because then it's a little bit away from the other stuff, so we can actually see drones moving back and forth. Not because there's anything magical about this location. And did we get it? Yes, we did. Okay, so we now have a radio tower, or at least the foot of a radio tower. I'm going to be making it like this. And then again, I want to align it to the other things we have. There. And that is this one. Yes, so don't place it on top of that. And I also need another new item. Another new item. That one. A building planner. Which is just going to go on here. Okay, so let's build our radio tower foundation platform thing. There. Looks good. It's happy. And then we take our planner, and then we can click on this, and then we go into a completely new design here. So this says this module must have a certain number of things, and they of course make it easy for us to begin with. This is the console. Oh. It's a little bit difficult to see. Oh, I'm standing over there. Okay, so that side. I want a radio tower power pole. Yes. So you can see this costs 100 construction materials. Then I am going to, on top of it, build a middle part. And you can see that it says I have 1 of those, and I need 3 minimum and 3 maximum. That's now sufficient. And then I need the top of a tower. There we go. So you build it out of modules. Now that's 5,100 construction materials. As I click this construction, magical things start happening. I hope. And we have a giant building. And what happens then? Well, now we should be able to see, if I go all the way up. I love this part. This is so cool because it's new, it's unique, it's different. It's not just yet another Satisfactory clone thing or Minecraft clone thing, right? All this is, it's nice and all, but it's pretty simple. Now, honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed. Oh, I'm disappointed that I'm not getting things inbound. So I was expecting these trucks, these things to actually start lifting off and doing stuff. Do we not have the construction? Maybe it's because we don't have the construction materials ready yet. All right, let's go down here. I feel that if we had the construction materials in this, it would be going. Or is it because it's not powered? I think the warehouse doesn't need to be powered. Oh no, it's turned the wrong way. The disaster. The disaster. Bloop. Well, I mean, I was sort of saving it for that. Oops. Right, and each of these drones, the transport drones, they take 250. Oh no, one of them is gone. Also, look up. That's pretty cool, right? I also got a question last time on stream, like, why is it never nighttime? Oh yeah, I disabled nighttime. You can go in here, Alt U. This is camera tools, and you can show the UI, show the day and night. Oh crap! Oh no, I didn't do that. Ugh, then it just switches to night. Then I have to wait until it's daytime and then enable it again. Why did I do that? Alright, never mind. Well, sometimes it's nighttime. And now we have to wait until it's daytime again. I don't like the nighttime, to be perfectly honest. I love the fact that you can sort of see it in the dark, but it gets a little bit too gloomy, and I spent too much time on building all these lights. You can also see that when I started transitioning to only play at daytime, yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to be playing a little bit of nighttime until it becomes day again. So what has happened? This is going in at 320 per minute. That means basically one of these is going to take over here every minute or so. And what will it do? It'll go up here. Oh, look at that beautiful space station. It does look a little bit broken, doesn't it? Yeah. And they're going to come. Look at that. They drop building materials off into this pile. And once those materials are dropped in, so that they just dropped inside the building, then we should see that there are also now the construction materials, because the first delivery has been made, and then the construction drones are coming over here to actually do the construction. The ratio wise, I just built 2 of these because it seemed like there was almost room for 2 of those. So whether it is the ratios are like this, I don't really know. We'll just get it going, and we'll just open the modular planner here. We have just 1 construction part done, 2 construction parts. We have now, these are the number of construction materials that have been brought in. So every time it comes in with 250, more or less. Of course, if it hasn't gone in there, and then it'll start building the material. Isn't that awesome? I think this is so amazing. So we're just gonna sit here and wait, and it's also great because then it'll be daytime by the time we we have this one done, I think. And it is completed. Finally, it got done, and we also just made it to midday, so I have locked the time again. So now we are stuck with the noon all day. So what did we just build? We built a radio tower, and the radio tower is able to communicate with the space station that's hidden behind the clouds. But first we are going to need to hook it up to some power. So let's hook it up to some power. Why are we not getting there? Oh, blocked. Oh, really? Alright, just do that. That was the intention. So let's go look at the panel and see what this one does. It doesn't do anything because we need to open. We got a sales warehouse research. Good. Now we gotta start it. And we started the bot as well.
We did it. So much fascinating data is coming in. We have full access to every part of the station that is still working, which unfortunately isn't all that much. You can access the station control panel from the radio tower's screen panel. I think it's about time we schedule emergency repairs.
So if we schedule emergency repairs, then we get started on sort of the figuring out how to work up there. However, we can just shut it down because it takes 10 megawatt of power. Radio tower, yeah, it's kind of a lot. So shut it down when we don't need it. Also, you don't need to have it online all the time. But what we want to do as well, we have another potential building. That's a long range thing here. I mean, it just fits so perfectly here, doesn't it? I'm gonna build it. Maybe I should have built the other one a little bit further back. Well, whatever. We'll build it next to it. And the question is if this is the right way around. Scan module, and now we're looking at it from the front of it. So this is what we have. I'm going to be putting a high voltage grid connection out here. Then we have an option of saying we can make distance module and speed modules. This is basically scanning modules, so I'm going to get a speed module that makes it go faster. Scan range is 40 chunks, and it takes 2 seconds to scan a chunk, and we're going to do that one. So that's now ready for construction, but I can then also add more distance modules. You can see now it uses a little bit more power, but it can scan a lot longer. I'm just gonna do that, and it adds more 1,000 more construction parts. Let's not do that. Let's just get 2 scan modules here. We can always add it later on. There we go. So that's now 7,100 additional modules that need to go in. That's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot. Maybe we wanted to do the other one first. Yeah. Maybe we want to do emergency repairs first, because this is going to take a long time. Well, anyway, let's get this one first. I may shuffle it around a bit. Our building is nearing completion, and luckily there were a lot of other things that were broken in the base to keep me occupied while waiting for this one to complete. So, what does this thing do? Well, nothing yet, because it's not hooked up to power, so let's get that hooked up to power first. And that is there. And can I just drag it straight in? Nope, I can just go like this, and there we go. So now I have it online. There are 2 distance module and 1 speed module, and then I'll switch it on. It only takes 1 minute. There we go. Current scan target is just going through, and then it scans a chunk, and then it scans again, and then it chunks. So what happens is that if we, I wish we could zoom further out. It's weird that we can't zoom further out than this on the map. Somewhere, since I'm building it right there, then it should be sort of whatever is the closest. There we go. So you can see that they are now discovering this. It is not actually discovering the map. So if when it scans out here, I won't be seeing the map, but I'll be seeing the resources. So this is basically a resource scanner and nothing else. Cool. That's nice. Let's get back to the stuff that we actually wanted to do before I had this little intermezzo. Also, there's no more power we can do, so let's do this one. This is only 20, and it shouldn't be that big of a deal to get that going, but and you actually don't need it there. So what happens now is that these will go over, pick up, and they will then hopefully, why are there 3? Did one of them get lost? Or one of them is maybe just heading up there. Oh, maybe that one is... Alright, so they will go over to the warehouse, pick up stuff in the warehouse, and then fly all the way up to that location. And no, my construction drones will not, because it's not me constructing it, it's the construction drones that are available up in the on the platform or in the space station. So this one picks up. Let's have a look at how much we actually have. I think we are now building up so that we have more. Yeah, we have more. Good. So they should be able to come in here. And then I also have some new things that we have researched. That is warehouses. That one. So we have a requester warehouse and we have a sales warehouse. Let's take the sales warehouse and let me make sure that it goes like that. So the sales warehouse, what does that do? This is warehouse not configured. Please select which object to sell by pressing the configure button. So I can only currently sell maintenance drones. Okay. The warehouse is operational. So that means if I put warehouse maintenance drones in here, they can potentially be sold. And the other one, like they're giant buildings. Why do I lose my giant buildings? There we go. That's the second one. And that is a requester warehouse. This is basically when we sell stuff, what is it we want to get paid? We want to get paid in Thermalite bar. Thermalite bar is what we need for the next research level. So this is how we get it. We get some kind of drones in here to sell and then get some Thermalite. Once we have the Thermalite, then we can do the next research. There you go. That's but it doesn't work yet. Why does it not work yet? Well, if we look at our radio signal tower, then we can see that we don't have the sales module activated, repaired up in orbit. So there's definitely going to be a lot of things to be done. What we're going to do in the next episode is basically go through all of the stuff that we want to research, so we get a dialogue going with the space station and figure out what we can actually deliver there, and then probably unlock the next science tier, because we don't have anything much or anything else on this location here. So this one, we've brought half the materials in, but the construction process is slow because it only has these drones. So then we can do like repair construction drones afterwards, or we can repair the sails, or repair the cargo bay, and repair solar panels and all this stuff, and more general hull repair. And I don't know if once we do all this we unlock more stuff, but hey, we're definitely going to do it. I think I'll do this one first, because then the other ones will build faster. Anyway, that is all we can do in one episode, and it's actually more than we should do in one episode. We've built the new buildings, we got those transport ships, we got everything we want. This is so amazing and really exciting to get into this part with the big modular buildings. So thank you very much for watching. If you find it interesting, be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment below if there's something that I'm missing or some good ideas, but no spoilers please, we're exploring it together. I'm also streaming it on Twitch 2 days a week, Wednesday and Sunday, so check that out. And of course, if you want access to the save games, those are available to the glorious Patreon supporters, so thank you everyone for supporting. Well, I mean, thank you everyone who is supporting the channel on Patreon. I really appreciate it. That's how we keep this thing afloat. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.